Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the different reinforcement and basically the punishment practices to see if the positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. So number one is the example is Bella the dog gets her snack after she returns to her crate. So the behavior is Bella returning to the crate, and the effect of that behavior, with the effect on the behavior, it increases, so she's most likely to keep going to the crate. So basically this example is positive reinforcement, and her stimulus is like the snack being added, so that increases her behavior. And the example number two is you put on sunscreen to avoid a sunburn. So this, we can quickly tell that it is a negative reinforcement because so the behavior is the individual putting on their sunscreen, and the effect of the behavior increases because you're most likely to keep using the sunscreen because you do not want to get a sunburn, which the sunburn is the negative part, and then the sunscreen is the reinforcement. And then number three is Emma texts in class and gets recess time taken away. So this, obviously, texting in class is something that's not permitted. It is, sorry, it cut off, but as I was saying before, this will be a negative punishment because the behavior is texting in class, and obviously that's something no that we don't do. And the effect on behavior, it's going to decrease because she is less likely to do it because her recess time is being removed, which it's the stimulus, is her recess time being removed. And example number four is Jeff fights with his spouse and does not get to sleep in the bed that night. So with that being said, that is a negative punishment. That is because the behavior is them fighting with spouse. So the effect of that is going to decrease because the stimulus is, sleeping in bed is removed, which is something that you like. So that's a negative punishment. It's something negative being in place and a punishment on that because something is also being taken away from that already negative behavior. So then we're going on to number five. Number five is a child misbehaves and gets a spanking. So this is a positive punishment. Why? Because that sounds like a negative thing, right? So I think these are the type of questions also I want to add that a lot of people get confused with, but I'll kind of break it down in an easy way. So the behavior obviously is the misbehaving from the kid, and the effect because of that behavior is a spanking, which is something that's going to want the kid to decrease, right? We want to decrease that behavior. So with that being said, you have a positive punishment because spanking is being added. Something is being added to decrease behavior, which is when something's added, that's always a positive thing. And then punishment is a spanking. So there you go. And number six is you submit assignments late regularly and you get a 0. So this is a positive punishment because something's also being, added. Which the thing that's being added, the stimulus is zeros, which is constant zeros are being added because you repeat that this person is repeatedly doing the same behavior. Because the behavior is submitting assignments late, and the effect of that behavior wanted to decrease, so you're gonna keep getting zeros until you learn something. But that added thing is 0, and that's the positive punishment. And number seven is you take an aspirin to eliminate a headache. So this is negative reinforcement. Why is this negative reinforcement? It's because the behavior is, taking the aspirin, and the effect on the behavior is actually increasing because you're most likely going to do it again. So with that being said, it's a negative reinforcement because it's something that, you associate with like, oh, aspirin, less pain, let's keep doing it. But it's not the most healthiest thing. Not because it's the most healthiest. Sorry, I just spazzed out. But it's because the headache is being removed, that's the negative aspect of the reinforcement. Because the reinforcement, you're gonna keep doing it, but the negative part is how something is being removed, which is the headache. And number eight is you walk the dog to avoid having dog poop in the house. So that is a negative reinforcement. Why you may be asking a negative reinforcement is because, you know, the behavior is, you know, you're walking your dog, and you sorry, I had to spell that. And the effect of the behavior is going to keep increasing because the stimulus is the dog poop is avoided and removed. So with that being said, it's a negative reinforcement. It's gonna be something's gonna be removed, but it's gonna keep happening. And number nine is Kelsey tells a good joke and her students all laugh. So that is a positive reinforcement. Why? It's because the behavior is Kelly telling a joke, and obviously this is going to increase because she's likely to tell more jokes because the class is laughing at this, so she's feeding onto that. She likes it. And the stimulus is the laughter, which is being added, which adds a positive reinforcement because the reinforcement is going to keep happening, and positive is because something's added. And number 10, the last one, is Luke breaks the law and goes to jail, where he is forced to live in a small, smelly room. So that is positive punishment because something's being added, which the thing that is being added is unpleasant jail experience, because nobody wants to go to jail with a bad experience or jail, period. No bueno. And then his behavior is going to continue to decrease because something's being added that is unpleasant, which makes it a positive punishment. But yeah, those are the 10 different examples, and if they're positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, or negative punishment. So yeah.